Hello everyone, my name is Ivan and here we are again for another episode of The Road to 56. We are playing as Portugal and today we are back at it again, fighting as Portugal against the Soviet Union, against those communists, vile communist bastards. So unfortunately in the last episode a lot of things happened. We went from owning the entire Iberian Peninsula to almost being wiped out, to luckily calling in for help, and the help came just on time. Unfortunately, we have taken serious casualties, and I really don't know if we can actually do anything that might result in changing the direct course of this war. I have no idea whatsoever if we can actually change the course of this war for the better. Although the Germans are winning somewhat, they will not be able to withstand this for much longer. Their factories will be bombarded, and unfortunately, unfortunately, they will not have much time before they can actually mobilize effectively. Our industry, as you may see, is attempting to close the gap. Efficiency is indeed growing, and I will not change this back at it again. I don't care if it's outdated equipment. Better have equipment than have nothing whatsoever. We're also attempting to build an industry, a military industry, since we lost the majority of it due to the Iberian Peninsula losses. Germans attempt to reinforce our colonies, but we do not wish so. I wish I could tell them not to. In this case, I simply don't have anything else I can do, honestly. We do not have enough manpower. And our armies are still somewhat attempting to reinforce themselves, both in equipment and men. Industry is still attempting to grow. My official statement is that we probably went too soon into the war. I should have waited for the Germans to have declared war upon the Soviet Union. And then I would have invaded the Republic, because they would never be able to bring the Soviet Union to the war, thus enabling me to completely annex them. Thus enabling me to fuel my army effectively, helping and supporting the Germans towards the end of the war. Now, what I can see is that the Soviets are indeed having some difficulties. Although the war is progressing slowly, it is quite on the German hands, an advantage indeed. The Soviets seem to be kind of weak in the center, and we will exploit that very soon. And boom, we now have lots of equipment, producing tons of it, which is good. We need it. We definitely need it. As long as we can do it, as long as we can continue to produce, we will somewhat have an advantage. Unfortunately, our PP is quite weak for some reason. The fall of Kiev. And we just got a new dive bomber, some carrier. The enemy is winning the war. That is quite good. As long as the Germans can continue to do it, we'll be quite happy. The Romanians, it appears like, have been able to push back the Soviets with the Bulgarian and Italian help, although the Allies are still quite significantly present in the Balkans. They simply are not doing anything. The Soviet Union is being completely left alone. I'd love to go there and help them out, but we still don't have enough forces to actually support our men, unfortunately. Garrisoning seems to be asking quite a lot of our manpower. Who would put that in there? I really don't know. On one side, I would love to attempt to push with our three armies here against the Soviets and help the Germans to reap the benefits of this newly defensive. Perhaps that is indeed what I will do. I will send my best. These are all regulars. Though we have no veterans, they will advance. The third Forza Militar will now advance. We will attempt to cut these fuckers down here, as we must do. And of course, the Allies have no place in naval invade. Therefore, I will also send in these boys into the front. These two armies must be able to deal with the Soviet threat. Soviet front. I will use these two armies to help the Germans as much as we can in order to pay them back. To sacrifice in saving us. Max entrenchment. Unfortunately, we will probably not be able to do much, but we'll be able to do just enough, I guess. Exército Real. It is now March 1943. the fuck they got there so fast? Anyways, we are now getting some surplus manpower. Finally, I would say. We're also having some surplus military equipment. Finally, I would say. How's our industry going? Good. We have filled up the production of weaponry. We just understand if we have any other place where we can pump out military factories. No, correct. I mean, we do have one here. Logistics company. Can't do much more here, I guess. Slovakians and Romanians are helping us quite a lot. Now we are waiting for these boys to regroup. And what is the total manpower? 349,000 men. It is not that much of a bigger of an army, but as long as it can help the Germans, I am satisfied. I don't know what the German strategy right now is. If it is to simply make them manpower hungry or not, I am not sure. One thing is true, the Germans have lost very few men against the Soviets, and the Soviets have lost 7 million against Yemen. 7 million. That is quite a good, I would say, result. Tons of manpower. Feels like the Soviet Union is down. For some reason, all the nations are seriously having difficulties on the manpower department. Service by requirement. What else did I wanted to see? I'm not sure. Whatever. We're still waiting for the remaining part of our forces. What will be the result? I have no idea. Will we do everything in our power to help and support the Germans? Yes, we will. We are in deep depth with them. Deep depth indeed. And if the Soviets don't have manpower, then we must take the chance now. As they continue to wear down their own manpower. Perhaps we should start the offensive quite soon. Get more encryption as we need that. Our forces are almost in there. This will be amazing. I mean, this continues like this, the Soviet Union will suffer exactly what we were suffering. As long as the Allied incursion in the Balkans don't happen, and not even D-Day, we can win this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the German army is more than powerful enough. They have depleted most of the Soviet forces in there. Again and again. That is our stockpile. We're now at 40,000 of infantry equipment. That is indeed quite good. Quite good indeed. It's got medium bombers. And it's also Sella. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our forces are arriving. That is quite excellent. I would say if we can push through here, that would be a great victory. But nobody is pushing currently. I have no idea why. We do need that industry, and we just got a bit more slots over there, so that's good. Alright, so it appears like they're attempting, the Soviets are attempting to do something here. I'm not sure what though. Alright, let us do this. Is the Soviet manpower still depleted? No, they have around 64,000 men. Is it growing? Yes. Yes, it is. They just changed their law, so that is not good. That is not good. 10.55. Need to make them deplete their manpower. Wait, what? You're joking. You gotta be joking. This is... I don't get this. What's going on? What happened? State of Japan. What the hell? What the fuck do you mean, State of Japan? You know what? I'm not even gonna think about it. Let's just focus on off. Oh shit. D-Day, ladies and gentlemen. D-Day. It is now 1943. And the Soviets are now tackling. That is useless, my Soviet friends. Germans have a crap ton of manpower. That's very good. I would say I would say we can now proceed to the invasion commencement, and this is aggressively, set aggressively. No, we got it. Just turn red again. Alright. So what are they doing in the morning? All is left. They got bunkers and shit. Oof, common time. Somebody just joined up the comment. Somebody just joined the comment time. I don't know what to do now. Let's see what effect this may have. Let us see. Let us see indeed. Ah shit, I failed the day. Anyways, it's noon. Boom. Stockpiles were over 50,000. And we are producing a shit ton of weaponry. Let's attempt to do it. If we can do this, if we can cut off the Soviet army, this is a great victory. This will be a great victory indeed. Great, great, great victory. Stockpiles are holding. That's good. And I would say we will meet our target in a couple of days before July ends. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a very, very good thing. The Green Army will halt, while the Blue Army will just wipe out any Soviet forces that even dream of punching through. Come on, boy. Just move into the city. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have just cut them off. This is very good. The Green Army will now join there, and you will halt. The Segunda Força Militar Real is going to crush these boys. Yes, we are. So we made that small advancement, and that is rather good. As long as the Germans can hold D-Day and shit doesn't turn to blue, you know, we can do this. We can definitely do this. Yes, we can. It is not 30th of July as our forces are not in position. Unfortunately, we don't have trucks for them. Cancel Lend-Lease. Sure, but you can cancel all you want. I'm good. I am perfectly good. We are producing a crap ton of weaponry. Soviets don't even have any defenses defending that position against us. And that is rather good indeed. Now, what is the Soviet situation of manpower? It is quite increasing. It is increasing quite well now. And we just got concentrated industry 5. That is rather good. And now we need this. Production efficiency cap, production efficiency growth, retention. Flexible line. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. I am not sure. I will go for this one. So we don't lose much efficiency whenever switching production lines. Right, so we're gonna focus our forces in here to try and take down their access to the ports to cut off their supply lines. That is our main target right here. If we can do this, we're gonna cause a lot of casualties to the Soviets. A lot of casualties indeed. And we will prove them how effective the Portuguese army can be if given the right circumstances. In this case, weaponry, equipment, you know, and manpower. And looks like all hell is breaking now. D-Day continues. The Italians are being pushed. Fortunately, in the Iberian Peninsula there has been no naval invasion, but here we are having this issue. Alright. My friends, your targets are the ports. Press forward. We must take down the ports at all costs. At all costs, take down the ports. Now, we have just taken one port. This means we'll start cutting them off. There we go. They're starting to suffer from attrition. That is very good. Very good indeed. We're not suffering many manpower losses. That is also very good, extremely good indeed. And 5 whole divisions, 37,000 men, are tasked with taking the last port that will ensure our victory over the Soviet forces that will crumble immediately upon our positions. Now that we have taken the ports, ladies and gentlemen, we can do one last thing. We can wipe them out. There you go, buddy. There you go. And we will, ladies and gentlemen, we will wipe them out. We just got heavy bombers in 1936. It is now 12 September. So perhaps that department's becoming quite dangerous. Because it's winter time, I guess. Although winter has not really arrived yet. Soon it will. The Germans have been able to push quite a bit more, it appears like. And because we are closing down this pocket, things are improving a little bit on this front. All I can say, this army is being quite good. Quite good indeed. And soon this war will be over. This war will be over soon. So we shall see. The Soviets are crumbling. And that's it. I would say our army is now quite successful. I will allow them to pause and rest a little while we regroup. But I would say the enemy is completely wiped out by now. The amount of divisions the enemy has is just astonishing. It's 27th September and we have been able to capture or to crumble almost 300,000 men, ladies and gentlemen. We have been able to encircle an entire force of 300,000 troops, ladies and gentlemen. 300,000 troops. And that is amazing. That is quite amazing. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have crushed the entire Soviet front. And although the French are starting to liberate many areas, the Italians have been able to wipe out the British, and we will continue to focus on the Soviets. The Soviets have already lost 12 million, of which almost 1 million went to the Portuguese. And the Portuguese also, they are losing many. They have not lost more than 300,000 men. Now that's a serious feat, ladies and gentlemen. That is a serious feat. Our forces will be the ones in charge of taking down Leningrad and the entire northern areas. The second military force will now attempt to make the same thing. But this will be a much more direct confrontation. Our forces will reach Tallinn, while the third military force will attempt to reach Luga. At this rate, we're capturing lots of equipment, and we are indeed going in a good path. Just got army focus. Small arms firepower, armored systems, fortifications, heavy firepower. Defense, max entrenchment. I will go full smell. Firepower. There we go. Our success was indeed very good in the Eastern Front right now, but we will have to continue to see what can we do. What can we do? Should we go for glory? Go for common cause. I think we'll go for glory. There is nothing more noble and true than the art of combat. A person is not truly tested until they throw themselves into battle and let the forge of war shed their hearts. Now, although I wanted to play more, unfortunately this episode has to end here. I hope you all enjoyed it, as I have extremely adored to play this. As you can see, the current situation is not so good for the Germans. Although the Germans are winning the majority of the battles, the Allies are still expanding. How, I have no idea. And although the Germans may have lost Norway, the Germans are indeed winning the fight against the Soviets quite well. I would say a big factor of that is the fact that the Portuguese have just came into the fight. Germans are indeed in a very, very good state. They have plenty of divisions, plenty of manpower, and plenty of industry. And the Soviets are falling down. They're not even being able to protect themselves from two of our pesky armies, totaling not even 400,000 men. And although the Germans are being pushed back significantly in France, I would say they will be definitely able to retake northern and western portions of France, and soon they'll be able to punch those troops up into the eastern far front once again. The Italian military has actually been quite effective, I think, as they have been able to, for the first time alone, repel the British forces back. Somehow, I have no idea. And the fact that the Allies have just made a massive naval invasion in France means that Albania has been retaken. It appears like the Italians have made an offensive that has been able to retake that. Bulgarians have also taken portions of Greece, and the Germans are now approaching Athens. So it appears like the Balkans are soon to be seized. And with the Far Eastern Front situation still quite good for the Axis, I see this as a major victory. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed it, as I am, because I am really loving this, and it appears like the rebound is actually happening. And I hope it keeps happening, the rebound. As we can see, we are having a serious rebound. Industry, we're finally having manpower, and although the manpower growth is not so heavy, we are having some. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we will rebound, and the rebound will be as massive as when the Soviet Union crushed the Germans. Or better yet, let's give a better example. The rebound will be as massive as the German invasion Barbarossa onto the Soviet Union, causing all those massive casualties onto the Soviet Union. Now, no further ado. If you all enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like I do, subscribe, and I'll continue to play. And if you want to comment anything, give it advice or something else, just feel free to comment down below. Now, no further ado, I wish you the rest of a good day. See you next time, fellas.